Welcome back everybody to PS Insight. We got a state of play today. Got some new games, small games, some small updates, some big updates. So games we already know. But let's get into it. So there won't be a lot of footage myself today. It's gonna be voiceovers. But let's start with the games. I'm gonna start with the bigger games first, then we lead into the smaller games because some of them didn't look interesting. But let's start. So we finally get more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is releasing February 29th of next year. Really looks good. It's also a 2-disc, which I haven't since the PS1 games, right? I'm not sure there was PS2 games with 2-disc, but I know PS1 for sure. So this game's gonna be huge. I'm not sure how far this game would go into the Final Fantasies game. So this is the second part. I'm only gonna do a trilogy, but it looks good. Looks like a more Final Fantasy VII remake with new things, obviously for the story and also new weapons and stuff. But it looks exciting. Can't wait to play this. Looking forward to it. Up next, my most anticipated game of 2023, we got Spider-Man 2 new gameplay. They're showing this game a lot. They know it's going to sell well. It's going to be a good game. It's Insomniac. I mean, I've said it multiple times. They're carrying this generation. We got some new Spider-Man 2 updates. You know, the city's 2 times bigger than the original. New locations and new details. You can switch instantly between Miles and Peter. There's also a new approach to side missions as well, which is something to look into. Both characters, Spider-Man and Miles, have new tech for their suits. Can't wait to explore that. There's also 65 suits. And one of those 65 suits, I saw Raimi's Spider-Man, the black suit, which is exciting, so I can't play with that suit. Looks awesome. But again, yeah, this is my most anticipated game of 2023. I love the Spider-Man games on PlayStation. They explore this character so well, both characters as well, actually. But can't wait to play these games next month. While I'm not a fan of Resident Evil 4 gets new DLC coming out next week. You can play this character named Ada Wong. I don't know nothing about this series, but I know she's a fan favorite, so you can play as her in the main story, or I think she appears in the main story, where you can play as her during events of this game. Also, speaking of Resident Evil 4, there's also a Resident Evil 4 Remake PlayStation VR mode, which is coming out later this winter. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed, but that seems something for PSVR 2 fans, so look into that, especially the horror aspect. I'm not sure if PSVR 2 has a lot of horror games right now, but this seems to be the one. Up next, we got PS5 Deep Earth Collection introducing new faceplates and DualSense colors. It's a little like red, blue, and a slightly altered white one. Can't tell what color that is here. But the red plates for the PS5 looks awesome. Same with the blue. I wish to introduce a PS1 plate. I would buy it in a heartbeat. So far, I'm sticking with the basic white. So you want some new colors for your PlayStation? There you go. And this is an odd game. So we got Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. This game got announced at the Summer Game Awards, but a year or two ago, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not getting this. It's releasing December 7th of this year. You can play these characters of the Na'vi, I'm saying that right, who got abducted by the military characters. I watched the first one, then watched the second one. And this seems like I guess, a AAA experience of the Avatar world. I know the second one's really praised, the film. So this seems to be an extension of that. Or play as a random person from that world, their own story. I have no idea what's happening, but I guess someone's hyped for this. I don't know. Now, from here onwards, this is when the show kind of got lousy. Or some of the stuff was in the beginning and between. So we got Bennett's Foot game, Baby Steps. This game looks terrible, to be honest with you. It's like a game where it's a walking simulator, and you gotta control where the character walks, one step at a time. This looks dumb. I am sorry. We'll not be playing that. Up next, we got Roblox coming to PS4. This got announced about a week ago, right? I believe it's already on Xbox, maybe Nintendo Switch, but I know it's available on Xbox. So yes, Roblox is coming to PS4 October 10th next month. I'm not a Roblox fan, but it's a huge fan base behind this game, so this could be huge for PlayStation. Maybe it can acquire some little exclusive deals like packages or something for this game, exclusive on PS4 or PS5 if it comes to PS5. But yeah, there's that. Up next, we got another PSVR 2 title, Ghostbusters: Rise of the Ghost Lord. Again, not a fan of this franchise, but it seems to be a shooter for the Ghostbuster game. Hopefully it has good mechanics for PSVR 2. I want PSVR 2 to do really well. The sales kind of been mediocre to low at best, and hopefully it's one of the games that encourage people to buy the device. You also get a new trailer of Helldivers 2, which I can't wait for this game. Sadly, I think it got delayed because it was rumored to release or been stated to release later this year, around the fall. But it seems to be pushed back to February 8th, 2024. Sadly, I can't wait to play this game. It's going to be my multiplayer game of next year. It looks like something to spend some time on with multiplayer, like 2 hours after work and go to bed, repeat. It's like a fun little game here. Speaking of multiplayer, Foam Star is getting a new open beta at the end of this month to the beginning of next month. I can't wait to play this actually. This game looks fun, and I remember people hating on it when it got announced at the PlayStation Showcase this year. But like I said with Helldivers 2, it looked like a quick game to play at night for a good 2 hours, 3 hours, and go to bed. Probably grind on some gear and all that stuff. It looked like a Splatoon ripoff. It does, but that doesn't mean it's a bad game. I can't wait to play this again. Look like a fun little game here. Turn your brain off type of game, if that makes sense. And finally, we got Ghost Runner 2 demo, which is available later today after the show ended. I actually never played Ghost Runner 1. I know it's on my PlayStation Plus catalog right now. Haven't got to it yet. Not sure if I will get to it. I don't know. So many freaking games to play. But it's one of those games, a trial and error game. You lose to learn your experience and try to beat the levels without dying, those type of games. But this one you seem to ride a motorcycle. Looks really fun. I'm not sure that's in the first one, but yeah, the game aesthetic looks beautiful. It's like a cyberpunk futuristic ninja here with a cool blade and pretty much that. But anyway, guys, that's all for the state of play of today or this month in general. It's a small minor update. Some things we already knew, some new games here and there, some lousy games too. But it's just a average state of play. Nothing's major. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Take care.